Here's a fucking weekly recap.
Okay. Week 11. I'm less happy than I was last week. Not because of anything in particular. No, wait. It's because I lost. Everything sucks. Let's move on with our lives. I was doing so well. Abigail, the entire day, she was like, oh my god, you're gonna win. And I was like, don't say that. Don't curse me. You're fucking cursing me. I know you're cursing. And then everything went to shit. Ronnie Hillman, if he was running down a hill, it would have been just as... I'm verklempt. I don't know. Here are the stories for this week. One thing I do want to point out before all of this is that G-Baby has had Johnny Manziel on his bench all year. That's commitment. That is commitment, guys. And G-Baby's in first place. So, whatever he's doing, whatever he does, whatever he's currently doing is working. Maybe just get a quarterback who's 2 to 3 years away from getting the shit kicked out of him starting. And just pick one of those. Get one of those, put him on your bench. Never start him. That's how you win. G-Baby leading the way. Leading the way. Here are last week's games. The Squeakers, obviously, like I've already told you, have beat the Crunktown Stompwomps. I picked the Crunktowns because I can't pick against myself. I don't have the ability, which was obviously wrong. Rivermen or Swamp Dogs lost to the Chainsaw Pandas. Dylan Sear coming back from tie whatever, and coming out with the win was 0-3 while in Asia, 1-0 now back in the Americas, and I picked him to win, which was correct. You're talking about Dicka lost to Kate/Chris McCarthy on your face, who I picked to win. Shut Up Dylan had a very, very good game, but Team Big Pebs had an insane game at getting 158 points and also won. I picked Elliot to win. And then the Funny Beats beat the Bengals. I picked the Bengals to win. I had and would still have faith, but Mike pulls out the win to go to 5-5. Now for the standings. In first place by himself is Team Big Pebs. Elliot is now 8-2. Everyone else isn't. The pack is starting to separate themselves from each other. There are not a lot of the people with the same win and loss record anymore. So in PUDs, Team Big Pebs is first. Riverman or Swamp Dogs second at 7-3. Funny Beats at third at 5-5. I'm fourth at 4-6, and Shut Up Dylan is behind me at 3-7. In the Suds, McCarthy on Your Face and Chainsaw Pandas are both at 6-4, leading the way, and the Squeakers right behind them at 5-5. Funny Beats and Squeakers are 5-5. They 10 losses and 10 wins as a household. And you talking about Dicka at 4-6, same as me, and the Bengals are at 2-8, which is last place. Hey, and the actual standings. I did this prior to shooting, getting more efficient. Okay. In the actual standings, G-Baby, who is second in real life, is first in actual. In fact, the actual standings are basically the same except for the middle. From last week to this week, it is G-Baby, Chris/Kate, Abigail, Mike, Dylan, Ryan, JR, Danielle, Mark, and Elliot is in last place in the actual standings. The only things that happened was Mike, Dylan, and me passed JR. JR went from 4th to 7. Basic math. And Elliot and G-Baby are separated by 180 points. Elliot is in second. Oh no, Elliot's in first place. Gosh, I keep wanting to say second. Elliot's in first place. Ryan is in second. And they are separated by 180 points. It really, that exact thing shows you how much luck has to do with fantasy football. 180 points. Jesus Christ. Let's go to the waiver wire. A lot of stuff happened at 4:30 a.m. this morning. Sear added the Bears D, dropped the Cowboys. The Bears have a terrible offense right now. Jay Cutler mostly. Jay Cutler is just being terrible. But they are facing Minnesota this week, who is one of the worst teams in the league. So that's a good ad. I dropped Phil Dawson, added Caleb Sturgis, kickers, because why not? Sear added the Packers D. Sear added 2 Ds this morning. Dropped Doug Martin. Oh, finally. Finally dropped Doug Martin. A terrible, terrible choice who we all thought was going to have a comeback year. Apparently not. I dropped the Ravens, added the Chargers. Sear added Josh Gordon, dropped Carson Palmer. You dick. You dick. Oh, I did not see that until right now. You piece of shit. Carson Palmer tore his ACL, so he's done for the year. And Dylan finally got me back for all of those weeks that I've taken things from him and added Josh Gordon before I could get to him. You son of a bitch. I dropped Ronnie Hillman, added CJ Anderson, bagpipes. It's not bagpipes, it's Team Big Paps. BGPB, you can understand how I think it's bagpipes. Added Zach Ertz, dropped Luke Wilson. They also added the Steelers, dropped the Chiefs, they being Elliott, and Sear added Martavius Bryant and dropped Andrew Hawkins. God damn it. Martavius Bryant, by the way, is one of the Pittsburgh Steelers wide receivers, and hopefully will ride this wave that he's currently on. Who knows, though, because Ben Roethlisberger might stop doing the thing he's been doing, which is throwing more touchdown passes than any quarterback in a 2-week time span. But if he keeps going, it's going to be awesome. And also, fuck you, Dylan. Fuck. I now sort of hope Josh Gordon gets arrested again. Oh. Everything's fine. Moving on with my life. This week's matchups: the Bengals versus the Crunktown Stomp-Ramps. I'm going to pick me to win because I, again, cannot pick against myself. I just don't have it in me. The Squeakers versus you talking about Ditka. I picked the Squeakers. She won last week against me. I think she's coming up and she's gonna solidify her spot as the 4th or 5th place in the playoffs. So I pick Abby over JR. Chainsaw versus Kate. Ooh, that's going to be a good matchup. That's going to be a very good matchup. I pick Dylan. I think he's on an American-fueled tear. He understands that he's back in America, the home of the free and the brave, especially with the thing that happened yesterday. Assumably, a lot of people were talking about veterans yesterday, so I assume it was a veteran-based holiday. And I think he's just riding the wave of all of that. I'm sure also his team is pretty great, and he just got Josh Gordon, who I don't think is going to be starting next week, or at least I hope. God, I hope he falls down like a well, or and Lassie's not there to help. I've used that joke in the past. I don't give a shit. I care. I want him to be in a well. Okay. Rivermen and Swamp Dogs, Team Bears. Number 1 versus number 2. I think I'm going to pick Gensner here. He'll be coming back from the happiest place on earth, Disney World, not land. Disneyland sucks. He'll be coming back from Disney World with a renewed sense of whatever it is. I don't. What do you get? What is the renewed sense you obtain from Disney World? Is it like joy? Wishing you were a child again? I don't know what it is. I pick him. Right, Funny Bricks versus Dylan's. Here I think, oh buddy, Mike, you currently have 6 people in play. You have to put in more people. Mark, you currently have 8 people in play. You have to put in one more person. I think I pick Mark. I pick Mark in this setup, and that are my predictions. Grammar are the best. This will be 2 weeks in a row. Mark doesn't have a corner. He's not here again. He's out doing real work in the real world. What I assume he would say, though, is something to the effect of, fuck all y'all. Good luck, Mike, next week. You'll probably win. And I just don't. Mark, I think Mark has given up on this season, which is easy to do when you're 3-7. But beware, a Mark who is down and then we'll have like 6 months in between fantasy football. We'll come back with a vengeance, which is hopefully what I will do too. Fantasy football is a fucking asshole. It's such a dick. One last thing, the top 5 players right now in fantasy football in 0.5 PPR are Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, and DeMarco Murray. 4 quarterbacks and 1 running back. I know every year everyone is really high on the running backs in the first 2 rounds of drafting because running backs are so scarce and you have to get them when you can, because who knows, your second round running back will end up being the best running back in the league, which is DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray was a second round running back. And by the way, the rest below that is 1 wide receiver and 4 more quarterbacks to make up the top 10. The wide receiver being Antonio Brown, who is currently getting a lot of points because Ben Roethlisberger is having, who is the 4th best player currently, is having a fantastic fucking season. But the rest of them are quarterbacks. And it kind of talks to what you should be doing your first round. I'm not saying that everyone should be taking a quarterback first round, because I still think first round is where there's 4 running backs because the running back situation is so scarce. But gosh darn, if you're not looking at a quarterback second round next year, I just do not know. Andrew Luck has 253 points. His average is 28 points a game. Getting an elite quarterback could be somewhere between 25 and 30 points a game when you can have running backs and wide receivers who get between 0 and 5 when they were supposed to get 20. Something that's happened to all of the top picks this year. Jamal Charles, Adrian Peterson. I have LaShawn McCoy on my team. A large reason I'm not doing very well is because my first pick, LaShawn McCoy, who is in one of the best offenses in the league, is completely benign right now. They're trying to have a running game, but they're doing dump off passes and they're not going to him. And it was a thing where everyone thought that these 4 guys, LaShawn McCoy, Jamal Charles, Adrian Peterson, and Matt Forte, are going to be the shit. And like the shit, like close to what DeMarco Murray is doing right now, which is having about 200 points this far into the season. And none of them are there. DeMarco Murray is there, but none of the rest of them are there. For obvious reasons. Jamal Charles with injuries, LaShawn McCoy being in an offense that's just not pandering to him when everyone thought it was going to. Adrian Peterson for beating the shit out of his kids. And, Matt Forte is doing pretty well, except for he's also in an offense that is just so crazily bad right now. But he's still doing well. Out of the 4, he's doing the best. And Danielle saw that and is still 2-8. That's how fantasy football works. You have the best choice. You choose the wisest out of the top 4 picks, and you can still be in last place. And the 3 other people above you, who are Mark, JR, and myself, are all in jeopardy of not going to the playoffs. Fantasy fucking football. I'll see you fuckers next week. Okay, bye.